Lesson 1: Exploring exciting events.
Hey Anna, did you hear about the big Canadian National Exhibition happening in Toronto?
No, I didn't. What's that all about?
It's a massive annual fair with rides, food, concerts, and all kinds of exhibits. It's been going on for over a century.
Wow, that sounds like a lot of fun. What kind of exhibits do they have?
All sorts of things: agricultural displays, technology demos, arts and crafts, you name it. There's something for everyone.
That's amazing. Do they have any big name performers or events?
Definitely. They usually have big musical acts, demolition derbies, fireworks, and more. It's a real spectacle.
That sounds incredible. I'd love to check it out if I'm ever in the Toronto area. Thanks for telling me about it, John.
Anytime. Let me know if you need any tips for navigating the event when you do get a chance to go.
Lesson 2: Organizing your space.
Hey Anna, I've been working on reorganizing my home office lately. Do you have any good tips?
Absolutely. One thing I've found really helpful is using storage containers and bins to keep things tidy and accessible.
That's a great idea. I want to make sure everything has a designated place so I can find it easily.
Exactly. Labeling the bins can make a big difference too. That way you know exactly what's in each one.
Wonderful, I'll have to try that. I also want to get some shelving units to maximize the vertical space.
That's perfect. And you could use some decorative baskets or trays on the shelves to corral smaller items.
Excellent, I'll have to look into that. I also want to get a nice desk organizer to keep my pens, paper clips, and other supplies neat.
Lesson 3: Preparing for an amazing vacation.
Hey Anna, I'm starting to plan my next big vacation and I could use your advice.
Oh, where are you thinking of going? I'd be happy to share any tips I have.
I'm considering a trip to somewhere tropical, maybe the Caribbean or Hawaii. Any recommendations?
Both destinations are beautiful, but I'd lean towards Hawaii if you want stunning natural scenery.
That's a good point. What are some must-see sites or activities in Hawaii?
Definitely check out the volcanoes, like Haleakala and Kilauea. And the beaches are simply breathtaking.
Awesome, that sounds right up my alley. Do you have any other Hawaii vacation planning tips?
Absolutely. Let me know if you need help booking flights, finding a great hotel, or planning any day trips or activities.
Wonderful, I really appreciate it. This is going to be an amazing vacation, I can feel it.
Lesson 4: Essential Tech Vocabulary.
Morning Anna, have you heard about the new protocols they've developed for data transfer between computers?
No, I haven't. What are these protocols you're talking about?
Well, they've created a common language for commands and file formats so that different computer systems can communicate with each other.
Ah, I see. That must make it much easier to share information across platforms. What are some of the key features of these protocols?
The main ones are standardized file types, consistent syntax for commands, and agreed upon methods for data transmission. It really helps create a universal language for computers to talk to each other.
That's fascinating. It makes sense that as technology advances, we'd need these kinds of protocols to enable seamless connectivity. Do you think this will significantly improve data sharing capabilities?
Absolutely. With these protocols in place, transferring files, remote accessing, and cross platform collaboration will become much more streamlined. It's an important development for the future of computing.
I'm glad to hear the tech industry is working on solutions like this. It will definitely make our digital lives a lot easier. Thanks for filling me in, John.
No problem at all, happy to share the latest in essential tech vocabulary. Let me know if you have any other questions.
Lesson 5: Wellness Matters.
Hey Anna, have you been taking care of your overall well being lately?
I've definitely been making more of an effort. What kinds of activities do you enjoy for your wellness?
Well, I try to stay active with things like hiking and swimming. Those really help me feel energized and balanced.
That's great. I've been getting into yoga and meditation lately. They've been essential for my mental and emotional well-being.
Ah, yes, those mindfulness practices can make a huge difference. It's important to find what works best for your individual needs.
Absolutely. And I've also been trying to eat more nutritious foods. Proper nutrition is definitely essential for overall well-being.
Definitely. A balanced diet with lots of fruits and veggies can really boost your energy and health. What are some of your favorite healthy meals?
I've been loving fresh salads with grilled chicken and avocado. And smoothies with spinach, berries, and yogurt are another go-to.
Those sound delicious and so nourishing. It's great that you're making your wellness a priority.
Thanks, John. It's been a journey, but I feel so much better when I'm taking good care of myself. What about you? Any new wellness activities you're enjoying?
I've actually started rock climbing, and I'm loving the mental and physical challenge. It's a really fun way to stay active.
Ooh, rock climbing, that's so cool. I've been meaning to try that. Maybe we can go together sometime.
Definitely, I'd be happy to show you the ropes. It's a great workout and such an empowering activity.
Sounds like a plan. I'm excited to give it a try with you.
Awesome, it's a date then. I'm looking forward to it.
Lesson 6: Designing your dream home.
Hey Anna, I've been thinking about redecorating my place. I want something simple and elegant. What do you think?
Oh, that's exciting. We have many options to consider. Would you like to go for a more modern or traditional look?
I'm leaning towards a more modern aesthetic, but I'm open to suggestions. What are your thoughts?
Well, modern designs often feature clean lines, neutral colors, and lots of natural light. Maybe we could look at some minimalist furniture pieces?
That sounds perfect. I definitely want to maximize the natural light in my space. Any other tips you have?
Definitely focus on quality over quantity when it comes to furnishings. And don't be afraid to mix textures, like wood and metal, for visual interest.
Good point. I want it to feel warm and inviting, not too cold and sterile. What about decor accents?
Ooh, you could do some lovely greenery, maybe a statement piece of art, and some cozy throw pillows. That would really pull it all together nicely.
I love those ideas. This is getting me so inspired to start planning. When can we go shopping?
Anytime. I'm free this weekend if you want to hit up some home stores and get some design inspo.
Sounds perfect. I'm excited to make my place feel fresh and elevated. Thanks for your help, Anna.
Of course, I'm happy to lend a hand. Just let me know what other questions come up as you get started.
Will do. I appreciate it. This is going to be fun.
Lesson 7, John's Entrepreneurial Journey.
Morning, Anna. Did you know that James Ross, the founder of the Toronto Electric Railway, also made money as a land speculator in the Canadian West?
Fascinating. I didn't realize he had diverse business interests beyond just the railway. What else can you tell me about his entrepreneurial ventures?
Well, in addition to the railway, he was quite successful in real estate. He would acquire land in Western Canada and then sell it off in smaller parcels at a profit.
Ah, I see. Sounds like he had a keen eye for lucrative opportunities. Did that help fund the growth of the railway as well?
Definitely. The profits from his land dealings allowed him to continuously reinvest in expanding the railway network. It was a smart diversification strategy.
That's really impressive. Using one venture to fuel the growth of another. Was there anything else notable about his approach to business?
From what I've read, he was also quite skilled at building strategic partnerships and alliances. That helped him navigate the competitive landscape.
Interesting. Leveraging relationships and collaboration to give him an edge. It's amazing how multifaceted successful entrepreneurs can be.
Absolutely. Ross seemed to have a real knack for spotting emerging trends and positioning himself to capitalize on them. A true visionary.
It's inspiring to learn about pioneers like him who paved the way. Their stories offer great lessons for aspiring entrepreneurs today.
Definitely. I find this kind of business history really fascinating. Gives me ideas for how to approach my own entrepreneurial journey.
I can see why. Studying the strategies and mindsets of those who came before can be so valuable. Appreciate you sharing this insight, John.
Of course, happy to. I'm always eager to discuss business and entrepreneurship. Plenty more where that came from.
Lesson 8, Artistic Expressions.
Hey Anna, did you know you can mix and match different art styles and sizes when decorating your home?
That's a great idea. I've been wanting to switch up the artwork in my living room. What kind of combinations would you suggest?
Well, you could pair a large, abstract painting with some smaller, more detailed sketches or photographs. It creates an interesting visual contrast.
Ooh, that sounds like it would look really nice. And I could play around with different frame styles too, right?
Absolutely. Mixing up the frames, maybe some sleek metal ones with more ornate wooden ones, can add even more depth.
I love that concept of layering different artistic elements. It allows you to showcase a range of your personal tastes.
Exactly. And it keeps the space feeling fresh and visually stimulating. You don't want everything to match too perfectly.
That's a good point. A little variety and complementary contrasts make it more dynamic and engaging.
Definitely. I find that approach works well for both modern and traditional decor styles. Lots of creative possibilities.
Wonderful, this gives me some great inspiration to work with. Thanks for sharing these interior design tips, John.
Of course, happy to help spark some ideas. Can't wait to see what creative gallery wall you put together.
Me neither. This is going to be a fun project. I appreciate you taking the time to chat about it.
Anytime. I enjoy discussing design and visual aesthetics. Lots more where that came from if you're interested.
Lesson 9: The American Presence in Hawaii.
Morning, Anna. Did you know that American ships began visiting Hawaii regularly, and the sailors brought diseases the islanders had never encountered before?
Wow, I didn't realize the American presence had such a dramatic impact on Hawaii. What else can you tell me about this history?
Well, the Americans eventually gained more control over the islands. They started large farms called plantations, growing crops like sugarcane.
Plantations, huh? That doesn't sound very good for the native Hawaiian population. I imagine that disrupted their way of life.
Absolutely. The American influence gradually transformed the economic and social fabric of Hawaii. It was a complex and challenging period.
I see. So the arrival of the American ships and settlers really changed the whole landscape, both literally and figuratively.
Yes, you could say that. It was a major turning point in Hawaii's history, one that had profound and lasting effects.
Fascinating. It's incredible to think about how interconnected the world was becoming, even back then, and the implications of that.
Definitely. Global trade and exploration were really starting to shape local cultures in significant ways. It's an important lesson in history.
Indeed. Learning about these cross-cultural encounters and their impacts is so valuable. Thanks for sharing this insightful background, John.
Of course, I'm always happy to discuss history and geopolitics. Lots more where that came from if you're interested.
Absolutely, I'm quite intrigued. There's so much to unpack when it comes to the complex relationships between nations and peoples.
Definitely. It's an endlessly fascinating topic. Plenty more interesting stories where that one came from.
Lesson 10, Exercise Essentials.
Hey Anna, have you been keeping up with your fitness regimen lately?
Absolutely. I've been mixing it up with different exercise machines to work on my cardiovascular fitness.
That's great to hear. What kinds of equipment have you been using?
Well, I've been alternating between the treadmill, elliptical, and stationary bike. They really target different muscle groups.
Excellent. Those are all fantastic options for building endurance and strengthening your heart.
Definitely. And I've noticed some other benefits too, like improved flexibility and posture.
That's wonderful. Cross training like that is so important for overall fitness and wellness.
Agreed. It's not just about the cardio either. I've been incorporating some strength training as well.
Nice, that well rounded approach is key. Strengthening the muscles supports the cardiovascular work.
Exactly. I feel like I have more energy and my core is much stronger too.
Awesome, it's great when you can feel the positive effects of a consistent exercise routine.
Absolutely. It's become such an important part of my lifestyle now. I really enjoy the process.
That's fantastic. Maintaining that motivation and passion for fitness is so important.
It really is. I'm curious, what kinds of workouts do you enjoy?
Oh, I'm a big fan of swimming, hiking, and rock climbing. Really gets the whole body moving.
Ooh, those sound like a lot of fun. I'll have to try incorporating some new activities as well.
Definitely, mix it up and keep challenging yourself. That's the best way to see continued progress.
Wonderful advice. I appreciate you sharing your fitness expertise, John.
Happy to help. Staying active and healthy is so important. Let me know if you need any other tips.
Lesson 11, Solitude and Sociability.
Hey Anna, I've been feeling the need for some solitude lately. What do you think about the balance between alone time and time with friends?
That's an interesting topic, John. I agree that having some solitude can be really restorative, but I also love spending quality time with friends.
Absolutely. There's definitely a time and place for both. Solitude allows us to recharge and reflect, but social connection is so important too.
Definitely. I find that I'm more energized and engaged after I've had a chance to decompress on my own for a bit.
Same here. It's like your batteries get recharged during that quiet time. Then you're ready to be fully present with others.
Exactly. And it's nice to be able to share experiences and ideas with close friends. Sharing the highs and lows can be so meaningful.
I agree, it's great to have that support system. Though I do cherish those moments of peace and contemplation as well.
Totally, there's value in both. Sometimes it's nice to just be with our own thoughts, but other times laughing with friends is the best medicine.
Well said. Finding that right balance is key. We don't want to become totally isolated, but we also need to make time for ourselves.
Definitely. It's all about tuning into your own needs and preferences. What works best for you when it comes to solo time versus social time?
I'd say I try to carve out at least a little solo time each day, even if it's just 20 to 30 minutes. But I also really look forward to our regular hangouts with the group.
That sounds like a great approach. A little bit of both to keep you feeling balanced and fulfilled. I'm similar in that regard.
Wonderful, it's great to be on the same page. Maintaining that equilibrium is so important for our overall well-being.
Absolutely. Thanks for the thought-provoking discussion, John. I always enjoy our chats about these kinds of topics.
Likewise, Anna. It's been a pleasure as always. Let me know if you ever want to grab some coffee and dive deeper into this subject.
Lesson 12, Game Changers.
Hey Anna, have you heard about those new English learning classes they just started offering? I think they're really a game changer.
Absolutely, John. I've been taking them for a few weeks now, and they've been so helpful. The interactive format is really engaging.
That's great to hear. I've been meaning to sign up but haven't gotten around to it yet. What do you like most about the classes?
Well, the lessons are just so interesting and relevant. The instructors do a fantastic job of making the content fun and accessible.
Ah, that's awesome. I imagine it makes learning a new language much more enjoyable than traditional methods.
Definitely. And the small class sizes allow for lots of practice speaking with the other students. It's really boosting my confidence.
Excellent, that hands-on experience must be invaluable. I'm sold, I'm going to sign up as soon as I can.
Wonderful, John. I think you'll really get a lot out of it. Let me know if you have any other questions as you get started.
Will do, thanks Anna. I'm really looking forward to improving my English skills in an engaging way.
Lesson 13, Public Transit.
Morning, Anna. I've got a quick question for you. How efficient are the public buses in this city?
Oh, the bus system here is actually really great, John. It's one of the best ways to get around the city.
Good to know. I'm considering relying on the buses instead of driving my car. Are the routes and schedules reliable?
Yes, the routes and schedules are very consistent. The buses run frequently and the stops are conveniently located.
Wonderful, that sounds perfect. I hate dealing with traffic and parking, so the buses could be a real time saver.
Absolutely, the buses are a huge time saver. Plus, you don't have to worry about the headaches of driving.
Excellent, I'll definitely give the public transit a try then. Thanks for the helpful information, Anna.
Of course, happy to share what I know. Let me know if you have any other questions as you start using the buses.
Will do, appreciate it. I'm looking forward to being able to sit back and relax on my commute.
Lesson 14, Researching Travel Options.
Hey Anna, I'm trying to plan a trip but I'm not sure how to go about booking a hotel room. Any advice?
Well, the first thing I'd suggest is reading through reviews from other travelers before making a decision.
Good point, I definitely want to get a sense of what different hotels are like. Any other tips?
Absolutely. I'd also recommend comparing prices across multiple booking sites to find the best deal.
Ah, yes, that makes sense. Gotta shop around to get the most bang for my buck.
Exactly. And don't forget to consider factors like location, amenities, and ratings when evaluating options.
Got it, those are all really important things to keep in mind. I want to make sure I find the perfect fit.
Definitely. Taking the time to do your research will pay off in the end. You'll end up with a great hotel.
I appreciate the advice, Anna. I'll be sure to follow those steps as I start booking my trip.
Wonderful, I'm happy I could help. Let me know if you have any other questions pop up along the way.
Will do, thanks again. I'm feeling much more prepared to tackle the hotel booking process now.
Lesson 15, Building and Crafting.
Hey Anna, I've been doing some DIY projects around the house lately. What's your favorite part about building or crafting?
Ooh, that's a fun topic. I really enjoy the hands-on problem-solving aspect of crafting. It's so satisfying to turn an idea into a tangible creation.
I agree, there's something very rewarding about that process. And watching your project come together step by step is really cool.
Definitely. Plus, I find the act of building or making things by hand to be quite relaxing and meditative.
Ah, yes, the focus and concentration required helps it stay sturdy and well constructed, doesn't it?
Exactly. It really allows me to tune out distractions and just be present in the moment. What about you, John? What do you like most?
I'd say my favorite part is seeing the final product and knowing I made it myself. There's a real sense of pride in that.
I can imagine. Putting in the time and effort to create something from scratch must be so gratifying.
It really is. And the creativity involved is just energizing. I love being able to customize and personalize my projects.
I can see that. The ability to tailor things to your own preferences and style is a big part of the appeal.
Absolutely. It's a great way to add a personal touch. Do you have any favorite DIY projects you've completed?
I'd have to say my custom-made bookshelf is one of my proudest creations. The process of designing and building it was so much fun.
Nice, that sounds like a really rewarding project. I can just picture how nice it must look in your home.
It turned out great. Maybe you and I can collaborate on a future DIY venture sometime.
I'd love that, Anna. Bouncing ideas off each other would make the process even more enjoyable.
Lesson 16, Outdoor Adventures.
Hey Anna, I was thinking of going for a hike this weekend. Would you like to join me?
Ooh, a hike sounds wonderful, John. I'd love to join you. Where were you thinking of going?
There's a trail just on the outskirts of the city that I've been wanting to check out. It's supposed to have some great views.
Perfect, that sounds right up my alley. I haven't been hiking in ages, so I'm excited to get out and explore nature.
Wonderful, I'm glad you're on board. It'll be nice to get some fresh air and exercise after being cooped up.
Definitely. And it's the perfect way to appreciate the changing seasons. I can't wait to see the fall foliage.
Me neither, the colors this time of year are stunning. This hike is going to be the perfect autumn activity.
Absolutely. I'll need to make sure I have the right gear packed, but otherwise I'm all set. When were you thinking of going?
How about Saturday morning? That should give us plenty of time to complete the trail and enjoy the scenery.
Sounds great, Saturday morning works perfectly for me. I'll mark it down in my calendar.
Excellent, I'm really looking forward to it, Anna. This is going to be a fun little adventure.
Lesson 17, Finding Inspiration.
Morning, Anna. I was admiring your latest artwork the other day, it's so creative and unique.
Thank you, John. I'm glad you enjoy it. As an artist, I find inspiration all around me.
That's really interesting. Where do you typically draw your inspiration from?
Well, I find that creativity can be sparked by the most unexpected things. Even the smallest details in daily life can be captivating.
I can see that. Maintaining an observant, open mindset must be key for an artist like yourself.
Definitely. It's about really taking the time to appreciate the world around you. The colors, shapes, textures, they're all potential sources of inspiration.
That makes a lot of sense. It reminds me of how some of the greatest artists throughout history have found beauty in the mundane.
Exactly. Some of my favorite pieces have come from simply observing the natural world or the people in my life.
That's really cool. I imagine that helps keep your work feeling fresh and genuine.
Absolutely. Tapping into that wellspring of creativity all around me is what fuels my artistic process.
I can see why your pieces have such a captivating quality to them then. The inspiration shines through.
Thank you, John. I'm glad my work resonates with you. Creativity is such a powerful and rewarding outlet.
It really is. You've inspired me to start paying closer attention to the little things in my own life.